Hey everybody, welcome to Ongaku Concept. This week, I know I said I was going to do an analysis from the Sonic series, considering how close it is to Sonic's 25th anniversary, but I don't have my camera with me this week, and I want to wait until I have that back. And also, something happened at E3 this week that I thought would be really interesting to talk about. So, if you saw Nintendo's presentation at E3 this week, there was Pokemon Sun and Moon, which I'm super hyped for, and the new Zelda game, Breath of the Wild, which looks and sounds amazing. I'm so excited for it. But when I first heard that trailer, the way it opened just, like, blew my mind immediately. Especially, like, that first chord. That crazy chord right there. It's so nice. And it has this really like I had shivers when I first heard it. It has this really like vague open and ended kind of sound. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to transcribe this. I'm going to figure out what's going on. And so I want to share my observations with you. So you can see it here written out on a treble clef here. It's a massive chord. It's D, G, A, D again, E, and B. Now, this chord is a bit difficult to name. Something's really fascinating about it is that it's not a major chord or a minor chord. It doesn't have a distinct happy or sad kind of sound. Basically, the way chords work, you have a root, a third, and a fifth. Your third determines whether the chord is major or minor. So if we were to start on D, we have our perfect fifth up here. And if we had a major third, that'd be F sharp. There's a major chord. If we had a minor third, which would be F, we have a minor chord. But we don't have either of those things here. We actually have G. This is a suspended fourth chord, a D suspended fourth. And it's not a major chord or a minor chord, and that is that helps with that kind of vague sound. But what else is going on is it's not just those. It's not just a suspended fourth. We also have an E in there, which is the ninth, and we have a B, which is the sixth. So we have all these extensions going on, which creates this really complex sound without a major third or a minor third. To tell us whether the chord is major or minor. So we have this very vague kind of sound. Now, there are lots of ways you could look at this. One particular way is if you were to rearrange these notes. So let's see. Let's take out that extra D. And let's move this G here down an octave. Okay, so we get this. And all of these notes are a perfect fifth apart. If we start on G, a fifth above that is D. If you know your circle of fifths, this might become pretty obvious really quickly. From D, we go to A. A perfect fifth above A is E. A perfect fifth above E is B. So it's basically a chord built out of perfect fifths. This is called quintal harmony. Quint, like referring to, 5. Quintal harmony, basically we just have a chord made up of fifths. Even though the notes have been kind of rearranged, they're still all related to one another in terms of perfect fifths. And quintal harmony and chordal harmony being chords made up of fourths. Quintal harmony and chordal harmony are really good for that kind of open and ended sound because they're not major chords or minor chords. And so when you're trying to make music, in this fashion, where you have this very vague sound, those sorts of things are very good to use. The idea of quintal and chordal harmony is often combined with the idea of chord planing, which is when you take like a single chord and just move it around without any regard for the key. One example I can think of is Merlina's Request from Sonic and the Black Knight. And it's a really cool technique. There's this one song by Joe Hisaishi, and he uses chordal harmony and does chord planing. It's very similar to what's going on here. But basically, my point is this chord in the opening of the trailer. It's not a major chord or a minor chord. It's built out of perfect fifths that have been rearranged. And it creates this really cool kind of open-ended sound, which is really fitting for the trailer, for kind of what's going on in the area it's trying to represent. So I just thought that was a really neat idea. There are lots of awesome things going on in this song, especially when you get to the big sweeping orchestral part with the melody and everything. There's a lot of really cool stuff going on there, which I will talk about over in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/ongakuconceptvgm. If you head over there, it's a super cool, fun group. We just talk about video game music and music theory, and it's a really cool place. So thank you for listening and watching today. Next week, I really hope to have the sonic analysis done, and I'll see you guys later.